doing, bro? Pardon? Okay, so been gone for like 2 minutes. He's already trying to take over. We're back. I'm back from Amsterdam. Luca, did you miss me?
Yeah.
How many days were we gone for? How many days was Daddy gone for? Do you remember?
1 to 3 days.
That's actually right, 1 to 3 days. Yeah, I'm back reunited with the big man. While I was gone, my Instagram was hacked, it was disabled, it was disappeared, and I was like genuinely worried it was never going to come back. Not gonna lie, I was pretty friggin' terrified. Were you scared, Luca?
No.
No, because you didn't even know about it. But yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit later on. For now, I've got a busy day planned. It's going to be a sick one. I'm going to take you along for the ride. Luca, what does everyone need to do for the video? Should they like?
Yeah.
Should they subscribe?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's get started. Okay, we're in, and as we just got back, our house is a friggin' mess. Let's go and check out the food situation. Yep, as is pretty standard for us after a few days away. We had no freaking food. Back in a sec. Whoa, that was a good amount of shopping. This is actually like half of it. I just couldn't carry anymore, so we've got some other bits down here. Now, I was thinking it would be cool to like go through the stuff that we have. But like, to be honest, I really like, it's quite mundane. I don't really have any like crazy like shopping secrets. It's just like pretty standard food shop, like milk. So there's any more exciting things? Insightful stuff, like I have the standard stuff.
To go with meat, don't we?
Yeah, so we already have loads of meat from Mattdoesfitness. We don't buy meat, we just buy like meat accessories, like sweet potatoes, like naan bread, we've got pasta. We have like a mix of like easy stuff.
Easy to make.
Yeah. So if we're like push for time, then you can just whack pasta on. That's easy. That is an unsales like purchase, to be fair. Carlos takeaway garlic bread.
I think you'd like that with the.
That would be good, yeah. So two things to consider when you go shopping. Like the first thing is, if I'm hungry, I'm a really bad shopper because I just buy horrendous choices and just like way too much stuff. Secondly, Sayers, it puts the damn, like me and Sayers are polar opposite. So I'll go around and buy every single sick looking thing.
Just put it back.
And Sayers will just like forbid me from getting it. So we do kind of balance each other out, you know. Best apples in the world. That's my #1 tip.
Last time you did a food shop, you got no vegetables at all.
Didn't I?
No.
Didn't I?
No.
Yeah, I didn't, that's true. Wraps, but no, I've got loads of like fruit and veg here, bread. Like this is super seeded bread, it's got like 6 grams of protein in a slice. You had 4 slices of that with eggs, like you're laughing lunch-wise.
Avocado, but what we do with these is buy the ripen at home ones, forget about them, and then just throw them out when they're mouldy. So should we just put those straight in the bin now?
Yeah, save time, cut out the middleman. Then, all these always have like random cool things in, so for example in this case it was toffee crisp, picked up a few of those, and I think eggs. Did I get eggs? We got eggs, didn't we?
Yeah, I did not let you throw them on the
12 eggs. Boy! Yeah, that's pretty much that. Now we are stocked. Let's make some breakfast. Nailed it, Luca, bro. Okay, so breakfast is as follows. If Sayers is not a professional chef by the end of 2019, I will get
A bit.
A bit.
I think you'd like to be a chef. You would like to be a chef, would you?
He just said excuse me.
Sorry, what did you say, Luca?
But if you have a bit.
You'd like a beard, okay. Would you like a tissue to wipe your snotty nose as well?
Yeah.
Ready, big plate. So, let's talk through the stuff. It's going to be a bit of a my protein worship session. That was not deliberate, it's just that's the way it's transpired. So we have porridge. I mean, Sayers made this. Sayers, do you know what's in the porridge?
Oats.
Yeah. What else? Why is it purple, mate? Why is it
Blueberries.
purple?
It's blueberries.
Blueberries and oats and milk?
And chia.
But in the actual porridge, in the base layer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy can I pass me this chia? Which ones are the more protein based ones?
I think they're both quite high in protein.
So, I mean, I'm not a vegan, obviously, but if I was, this will be a good shout, right? So 100 grams of hemp seeds, 25 grams of protein, holy quinoli. 100 grams of chia seeds, 22 grams of protein. So you could just pour a big old thing of these onto your porridge or whatever you want to use, mix it into like smoothies and stuff, I guess. That's a really easy way to get protein in. So, although I'm probably never going to be a vegan, the more time passes and the more research I do, the more I'm kind of realising that there are actually ways of making it viable. Yeah, I've got some banana cream whey protein, aka the greatest flavour on the earth. And of course, as is always the case, you want to get anything from my protein, use the link in my description. If you ever, like if you like me and you like my videos and you want to support me, it's a really easy way to support me. Anytime you want to get anything from my protein, link at the top of my description is always there, go and use it. Plus, you can use the code MATT35 to get 35 freaking % off. Boy, you're welcome. Okay, Luca, you excited for this breakfast?
Yeah.
How excited are you? A little bit excited or very excited?
Really excited.
That's good. Luca, what do you keep saying to Mummy and Daddy?
Daddy, guess what?
What?
That's it.
It's his new thing, it's pretty freaking cute. Okay, let's give you a quick taste test. I mean, it looks sick. It's got a lot of protein in for breakfast. I should put more syrup on it.
Now it looks like you have been sick.
Yeah, it looks like I've eaten loads of food, then someone's punched me in the stomach and I've just emptied my...
Yes, please.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
I'm gonna put some more syrup on. You can never have too much syrup on anything, apart from like carrot soup or something, I guess. When I try and vary my breakfast, I find that I always have, I guess because I'm lazy, I just have cereal like most days, and obviously there's no protein at all really. So having porridge and putting stuff like this in, it's just a really easy way to get some extra protein in the morning. Also, FYI, I had some almonds on top. So like almonds? I say almonds in the same way that I say Aldi, but I think the majority say almonds and Aldi.
Who knows? Life's big questions.
Yeah, that's definitely up there. Yep, why not? What are you doing, Luca?
I'm having your bar.
Putting some nuts in my bowl.
Yeah.
Did I ask you for that?
No.
Okay, breakfast is done, and that was good. And that was like,
It's good, wasn't it, Luca?
it's like a 7 out of 10. But considering how much protein and like good stuff is in that, that makes it like way better, you know.
You just like normal porridge.
I could
with
eat,
syrup.
yeah, I could eat just porridge. No, I could eat like Cocoa Pops, and that'd be like a 9 out of 10 for taste, but like a 1 out of 10 for nutrition. Whereas that is a 7 out of 10 for taste, but like a 9 out of 10 for nutrition, which adds up to more than Cocoa Pops. You know what I'm saying? Maths fans out, you know what I'm saying, says?
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying, Luca?
Yeah.
See, he knows what I'm saying. Okay, this day just keeps getting more and more exciting. Catch up with you in a sec. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago in a video I came to the dentist to get prepped for a crown. I can only imagine the pain and anguish you've been going through in the interim, just waiting for that follow-up treatment, just like sat on absolute tenterhooks like Matt. How can you do this for us? Well guys, worry no more. The time is now. I'm going in, the dentist is right there. Actually, that's a lie, the bus stop is right there. The dentist is just like beyond that. This wasn't a plan. I didn't think like, I'm getting the dentist tomorrow, I should definitely vlog that. It's just like coincided, it's just happened to occur, you know. It's just my life, guys, it's just real life, you know. So fingers crossed, I'm not like friggin' numb and like unable to communicate when I'm done, but let's find out. Whew, done, and that was both anticlimactic but really painful at the same time. I'm an idiot. The dentist, I mean, she's an absolute sick. I really like her, but she offered me the option of like an injection or no injection. This light's really bad, I apologise. No injection. I foolishly, because I'm an absolute lad, said no injection, and I figured it would be better if I can talk to you rather than being all like numb like last time. And then within 5 seconds of them starting, I was just like crying inside and wishing I'd asked for an injection. But it's done now, the crown is in. I'm going to go home and try and heal some of those psychological scars and then catch up with you in a bit. Okay, went home, lit some candles, did some meditation, now feeling a whole lot better, which is good. because I'm out of the gym, about to go in and train. Now this is my caffeine hit for the day. I feel like I drink these all the time, like in every video. It's not like a deliberate ploy, it's just like an easy source of caffeine. It's also like probably a bad thing to drink teeth-wise. Like obviously I've just had my crown fitted, and just like being aware of my teeth in general, it's not the ideal choice. It's kind of like if you had like a nose reconstruction and then you immediately went like rollerblading down a mountain with your eyes closed. Like, it's not a good thing to do. Actually, fun enough, I actually used to think that like sugar-free drinks were fine for your teeth. I thought like it was the sugar that was bad, so if I drank sugar-free stuff it was fine. But when I queried this with my dentist, she like punched me in the face and said I was an idiot, and that wasn't the case. If anything, diet drinks, like 0-calorie drinks, are actually worse. They're like super acidic. So what I do, my top tip is, if I do want to drink like a caffeine source, like a Monster for example, to get some caffeine in, I'll just, after I'm finished, I'll just rinse my mouth out of the water, like, or just kind of quickly brush my teeth just to get the stuff off my teeth, and I guess the impact isn't as bad. Anyway, training wise, it's hopefully going to be a momentous day for me, because I'm going to be bench pressing. Now, a little backstory: I injured my shoulder back at the start of January skiing. I actually tore my acromioclavicular joint, which is kind of like here, and it sucked, and it's kind of taken ages to get back. I'm now at the point where I can do pretty much everything. One of the main things I can't do still, or haven't been able to do up to this point, is bench press heavy. Now, I have a powerlifting background. I love to squat, bench and deadlift, and not being able to bench for like 2 months has friggin' sucked. Like, I've lost a lot of strength. So yeah, the plan is today to go in, bench press, see what I've got there. Hopefully I can get up to some kind of like not depressing weight without pain. But yeah, let's see what happens.
When I let you go, ooh, I just pulled you closer. Ooh, I can't understand where it came from, but you got it, I got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip has pulled you into me. When I let you go, it just pulled you closer. It's a long departure.
Okay, that was 130 for 5. It's not great. I mean, I guess I haven't lost as much strength as I thought I would in 2 months, but like back when I was powerlifting, I benched 180 for a pause single, so kind of puts that into perspective. But yeah, all things considered, not too bad. Like, pain, it's still uncomfortable, but it's mainly just unracking and re-racking it that hurts, because I've got to kind of perform that kind of, what even is that, shoulder extension, whatever the movement is. That's what puts pressure on that joint, so that's what hurts. So you probably see when I try to re-rack it there, it's really uncomfortable trying to achieve that position. But yeah, all things considered, not too bad. It's a starting point, you can build from there. I'm now going to do some back off sets, then it will be chest, shoulders and triceps. Training is done, it was good. Something that's not good is my Instagram getting hacked. That freaking sucks. So let's talk about it. I'm in a field, by the way. I just thought it would be better, like a nice scenic spot, you know, better than just being in my house. My battery light is flashing BTW, so this could just cut out at any point, so I might end up back in my house, ironically, but let's do what we can. So, Instagram, what happened? Now, I was in Amsterdam, obviously Thursday to Sunday. Thursday night when I got to Amsterdam, Instagram was fine, I was using it as normal. Went to bed quite late that night. Woke up Friday morning, went to use Instagram, and I was logged out. So that was the first thing that was a bit weird. I had to log into my Instagram now. Also, there's like weird trees in the way. I apologise if it's focusing on a tree and not my head. Focus on me, I'm more important than a tree. Damn it. Yeah, now initially I didn't set off any alarm bells because like 24 hours or so prior to that had been that weird Instagram crash thing, you know, like when everyone was screwed and I was logged out, so I couldn't log in for like, I don't know, 12 hours or something. So I assumed it was maybe like a carryover from that, so I didn't panic initially. But then when I went to log in, it came up with a thing saying your account is, I think it was like temporarily disabled because something weird, like we believe you're pretending to be someone else, something really kind of bizarre. So I tried a few more times, kept doing it, and at that point I started to freak out. Sez was looking at Instagram on her phone, and when he went onto my account, it just came up with a thing saying that it was there, but it just said like this person has no posts. So at that point I was kind of panicking a bit. Now the saving grace in this whole situation is that I was at the event with Gymshark. Now obviously Gymshark, being as big as they are, have some pretty sweet contacts, right? So straight away I spoke to my man George, and he got on to the guys back in the UK, and they started a dialogue with Instagram. Now at that point, I was still freaking out, but the kind of panic subsided a little bit. Plus I was filming a video on that day. The video was up on Sunday, so I was kind of distracted by that, and I was just kind of hoping that it would be okay. Now later in the day, my Instagram disappeared, right? So when you went on it, it was no longer saying no post, it just wasn't there. It just said something like the user doesn't exist. So at this point I was kind of starting to freak out. Now though, in the back of my mind, George and the Gymshark guys told me, you know, it should be okay. There were other guys that have had the same thing happen to them. I think like Ryan Terry had done to him, and they retrieved the stuff. In a lot of cases, people can do stuff like post weird crap on your Instagram. They can delete posts and stuff. They can do other weird stuff. They can tamper with it. So I was thinking, even if it does come back, it may not come back in, you know, like the form that it was in initially. And I was still just thinking, you know, the whole time that what if it doesn't come back? Like, what if my Instagram just goes? What if someone like screws with it and it gets messed up? Now, I don't know in terms of what happened to it. I don't know whether someone actually hacked into it. I don't know whether someone tried to, and that's what disabled it. I don't know whether someone tried to claim that I wasn't me, and that's why it said about the whole kind of pretending to be someone thing. I'm not really sure. And I mean, the dialogue with Instagram is not great. You don't really get like a, same with Facebook and YouTube, you don't really get a clear answer all the time, so it's not ideal. I was very fortunate that obviously I had Gymshark there to kind of hook me up. You know, if that hadn't been the case, I would have absolutely been freaking out. But I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty terrified. Now you might be thinking, you know, well, that's an exaggeration, like it's only Instagram, but you've got to remember that's my job, right? That's like, my income is basically split between Instagram and YouTube. Now, although YouTube is my primary focus, I mean, if that had happened to my YouTube, I probably would have spent the day in my hotel room crying, but luckily it wasn't that. But all of my contracts with brands and companies, the obligations tend to be split across YouTube and Instagram, right? So for example, a company will say, we're going to pay you this much for you to do this many posts on Instagram and this many posts or this many mentions on YouTube, right? So I was thinking straight away, what if my Instagram's gone? Like, how's that going to work? I can't obviously fulfill my contractual obligations. That means I'm not, you know, meeting my contract. Like, I'm not going to get paid. Like, how is that going to work? A company's going to understand. To put it into perspective, like, you know, imagine if you've got a job like in an office, it'll be like you turn up to work one day and the office like no longer exists. You know, like your salary's suddenly gone. Like, that's pretty scary. Like, you know, I've also got a son, I've got a wife, I've got a house and stuff. Like, that was quite a terrifying thought. Anyway, I got on with my day. I tried to focus on the video. I'm quite good at, like, I mean, it's kind of good, kind of bad. Like, when I'm making a video, I get kind of engulfed in the video and I kind of forget about everything else. So I kind of got into that kind of video bubble and forgot about the whole Instagram situation. I was kind of in contact with George the whole day, and he was saying, yeah, you know, we're speaking to the guys in the UK, and just kind of keep your eye on your emails and stuff. I also got some weird emails. So I got an email, I think it was maybe that lunchtime or something, from some dodgy Instagram based email address saying, it was basically like, it was ridiculous. It was like, do you want your Instagram back? Reply yes or no, we want compensation, basically. So there's obviously, I'm assuming that's the whole scam, right? They obviously screw you over, they somehow get your Instagram disabled, and then they ask for money, right? And I guess some people just freak out and just, believe it or not, would actually pay money. Now I was speaking to the Gymshark guys and they were saying, whatever you do, don't pay the money. Obviously I was like, I'm not an idiot, I'm not gonna do that. Like, that was never anything on my mind. But yeah, then I think it was that evening, I got an email from another email address, which was supposedly from Instagram, saying something about sending a picture of my ID and other stuff. Now the email address was really kind of like not legit. It looked really dodgy. So I was like, this is a sketchy email again. I kept showing like the, you know, George and the Gymshark guys, they had this kind of contact, but they checked it out and it turned out that was the actual one. But like, firstly, I think had I not had that contact with Gymshark and them saying that, yeah, that is the correct email, I would have deleted it and assumed it was another kind of dodgy scam email. So that's the first thing I would say, is that I think, I forget, it's not very helpful, but it was something like, the email address was like something at facebook.something, but the weird long number and letter combination at the start, which I thought was a weird one of those, you know, because sometimes you get an email and it says Instagram, and you click on the email address and it turns out to be some weird Instagram 65442 at hunky hotmail or whatever, like some weird address, you know. And this looked like one of those, but it turns out the long kind of numeric alphabet, that doesn't make sense, like thing at the start was actually just the case number. Long story short, I sent that off, and then the next morning I had an email first thing in the morning saying that my ID didn't match the account or something. So I was like, brilliant. Like at that point again, I went from being like, this is gonna be fine, to being like, crap, like it's just not gonna work, because my Instagram gonna be like deleted forever. But then literally 10 minutes later they said it's been deleted by mistake or disabled by mistake, and you're back in the game. Now throughout the whole process I got so many messages and like emails, and people were contacting me via weird channels, because obviously they couldn't speak to me on Instagram, saying like, where's your Instagram gone, like what's happening, like people were kind of freaking out more than I was at that point. But yeah, basically it was sorted. Like obviously a massive thanks to Gymshark for sorting me out, because I mean it's very scary to think that had I not been with it, had I not had that kind of contact, I was reading like stories about it and people were saying like they hadn't even had a response for Instagram for like a month. So like, what would I have done? Like, no, if my account had not been there for a month, I would have been screwed. I would not have been able to meet any of my obligations. I like to think that brands would understand that, but obviously, you know, ultimately their business, you know, those guys have to make money. So it's a pretty friggin' scary situation. I was, like I said, genuinely I was freaking out. Like Says was obviously trying to like relax me and distract me and stuff, but yeah, it was not a very nice 24-hour period. Anyway, I am hungry. It's starting to rain now. My camera battery, I don't know how it's lasted this long. It's definitely going to die soon, so catch up with you at home. Some time has elapsed. We've now come to Says' mum's house, aka the Playboy Mansion. Is that what you call it, Anne? Take that as a yes. I'm going to wind the video up here because it's very, very long. Says, guess how long my talking bit of an Instagram was? I was aiming for like 2 minutes. Like 7, I think it was like 7 or 8 minutes.
Everyone's bored. No one's watching this now.
And I cut this down. Yes, they are, mate. This is the engagement is at an all-time high right now. Dinner is this BTW, some enchiladas made by Says, aka the absolute G, which is just cool stuff and cheese roll inside a wrap with more cheese on top of it. And I've got a little mini avocado salad for micronutrient fans out there. Would you say, in fact, let's do a vote. Guys, if you think everyone should like the video, put your hand up. Every single, literally, you've never seen so many hands raised right now. Might as well subscribe as well. And I will see you tomorrow.